Hello, Pastor Ben here out in the parking lot of Resurrection Lutheran Church. And although we aren't currently meeting in person for worship inside right now, we will gather for worship on Christmas Eve. So December 24th, we will have worship. It will be outside here in the parking lot. So this video will tell you just a little bit more about this worship service and the ways you can help out as well leading up to the worship service. Thanks. Okay, our worship service on Christmas Eve outside in December is going to be briefer, yes, but it will be an opportunity to come together, to sing some Christmas carols together. We will have Holy Communion. There'll be a brief sermon, and we will still sing Silent Night by candlelight. So please plan on being here Christmas Eve. So on Christmas Eve, you can stay in your car. It might be a little chilly. So for the worship service, you can be in your car. The audio of the worship service that's happening in front of you will play over your FM radio. And if you would like to be outside, you can sit on the hood of your car, or if you have a van or a truck and you want to have it facing backwards and pop open the back and sit in your car there, you're welcome to do that too. But we will keep this as COVID safe as possible, so we will socially distance. And then, from your car, we will also bring Holy Communion to you. So we'll have these pre-sealed Holy Communions that has a little wafer on the top, and in this case, it's juice below. So when you get parked, our ushers will bring around the Holy Communion to you, and then when we get to that part of the worship service, we can all receive Holy Communion together. So one of my favorite parts about the Christmas Eve worship service is the candle lighting. It's the light in the darkness, and so we will do that. We will light candles. We can bring candles to you in your car. You can bring candles from home. You can bring little battery-operated candles from home if that feels better inside of your car. The other thing that you might consider doing is, how we do for trunk or treat, like people decorate their cars, decorating your car with lights. If you can somehow rig up some Christmas lights in your car, on your car, or if you can set some candles on the roof of your car or something, if you feel comfortable with that. But whatever you can to be creative, to bring some light into our parking lot. We're going to start our worship at 5 o'clock, so it'll be dark out here, but it'll be cool if we can all find some clever ways to bring light into the parking lot, and then of course symbolic of the light of Christ in our lives. And just one other thing that can be helpful too, just to add to the light, if you have some extra strands of Christmas lights that you're not currently using, or if you have some candles or different lanterns or that kind of thing that could add to the ambiance of our worship space of the sanctuary, please drop those off at the church, and we will use those to add some light to the darkness. Thank you. And if on Christmas Eve it's not going to work for you to come to worship here outside in the parking lot, we will also stream the service on Facebook Live. And if you're not going to be able to be here on Christmas Eve, we will have at the church the days before the service these communion kits available. So if you want to swing by the church before, and so in that moment on Facebook Live when you're worshiping together with the church, you can also receive communion. So if that's going to be you, we will have these set outside in the front of the church in a little bin the days before Christmas Eve, so you can come by and pick those up so that you can also receive communion together with your church. Once again, thank you. I realize, this is not an ideal way to do worship, but I'm glad we can have worship together in person, and this is one way we can do it. It's kind of the spirit of 2020, making the most of it. But I do trust that on this night when we get to be together, we'll still hear the same hope that we always cling to every Christmas, which is that God is near to us through the gift of His Son, Jesus Christ, and the light that shines in the darkness, sitting out here in the parking lot on a December night, might just be what we need for some hope to get us through these days ahead of us.